How are you doing?
Good, good. How
How's
about
everything?
you? Everyone
Good.
is
Yes, everyone's safe. Hope the same. How's family? How's your friends all around?
everyone is same. Safe so far, so good. But how about you? How are things in Delhi? I know things in Delhi are a little bit different from Bangalore, but
Yeah, it's not getting any better, but
I know.
I mean, we have to deal with it a little bit
Correct,
while,
correct. Yeah.
you know.
But I heard the tennis courts and all are slowly opening up. Is it so?
Yeah. So tennis is slowly, yeah, the facilities are opening up. So now you can go train. So that's
Good.
the thing. But the temperature is also going up. It's about like 45 degrees.
I know. Yeah, that's really bad, right? Yeah. My God. So
Yeah.
how? So you are still. I know you have been just out of injury, but have you been able to practice now? I was like,
I haven't been to the courts yet.
okay.
Maybe tomorrow. Um, yes, but I've been working out twice a day and everything's going good. Everything's fine
Good, yeah, good, good,
now.
good. No, but how about your injury? You have it totally recovered, or you're still in the process of recovery? Because it's sometimes
No,
100%.
yeah, so I'm good with the shoulder and the
Yeah,
abs that I pulled. So everything's fine for now.
great,
Yeah.
great. Yeah. So of course, Karman Kaur Thandi needs very little introduction to Indian tennis scene because we already have seen you on court doing a lot of amazing stuff, and you're only, you're still young. I guess you're only 21 years now.
21 next month, 22.
Oh, wow. Okay. Okay. But you're still young. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So that way, in fact, even in this very young age, you were one of our, you were the top women's singles player at one point in time, even though briefly so, but you were, that's the most important thing. And so in a way, you are, not only to me, to a lot of people, the princess of Indian tennis, right? Because the entire career is in front of you. You've just started, so to say. Yeah. So
Prin-
yeah, sorry, huh?
Princess.
Sorry.
Princess, I said princess, thanks.
Yeah, yeah, correct. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So yeah, it's been an amazing journey for you, so far. But 2019 was not that healthy for you. So I think
Yeah.
major part of 2019 you were cooling your heels at home because you were injured, right? 2020
Yeah.
you came back and you played two ITFs in India, and just when you played those tournaments, you again sit just like us. We're all on the same boat now. How was I know it's frustrating for any athlete, but how do you spend your time during your time?
Yeah, so I mean, I was playing good and winning good
Yeah,
matches before I met the speed breaker last year. And it took me about 9 months to recover and come back
correct.
to the tournaments after that. And even the comeback tournaments, I think I started off in a good form because I beat some good girls, good players, and reached the finals of just the second one back.
Correct. Yeah.
So now, for now, I can right now I can say all is good and fine. I'm just waiting to wanting to get back into training and soon into the competitions in the tournaments.
Yeah. Yeah. Correct. Yeah. Yeah. It's really good to see
At
you
home,
back. Yeah.
I mean, I was when I was in France doing my rehab.
Yeah.
There, it was like the whole day training rehab, and even at home here, there was everything I was doing to get back into shape, and get back to the court as soon as possible. So
Correct.
that's how
Yeah.
I spend most of the time. But I learned a lot during my injury phase because I actually started reading a lot, and I was just
Wow.
staying positive, and all the people
Yeah.
around me, they were keeping me positive. So
Correct.
that really helped. So I think when I came back, I didn't feel like I was out for such a long time.
Yes. No, I'm sure. Yeah. Yeah. It's a little bit out of context, but since you spoke about Delhi's climate, so I just want to pick on that. Now, of course, France has a beautiful climate to play tennis, right? Now that you're in Delhi, does it really make difference to you? You not wanting to get that extra hour of walk. does it really matter, the climate? Because one of the coaches, foreign coaches, who was coaching one of our guys, he told me so. I mean, is it really so? Does it really matter?
It because the temperature is so high, I mean, it doesn't really make a difference because you need to do what you need to do. But I mean, France, obviously, it's a plus point that okay, the temperature is 25, so you can push yourself a little bit harder, and it all comes down to yourself. It's not something external, which is like if I want to travel like 3-6 hours here, then obviously at one point. I will get worn out. I will get more tired here, and but it's all the part because it's not just me alone doing all of that stuff. It's a lot of players dealing with that.
True, yeah.
We learn to get used to it and just keep going with the flow.
Correct. Yes. Yeah. I mean, yeah. That's a typical talk about committed athlete, right? You have to make the best out of what you have, right? Yeah. True.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I mean, you're yeah, please.
Easier said than done.
Okay.
It's easier said than done.
No, I'm sure. Yeah, it is. Yeah. For us, it's easy, right? We just talk. Yeah. No, I mean, you are from a typical Punjabi family. We know how good the food is in Punjab. I mean, of course, you're in the Punjabi houses, so to say. In the
Punjabi food.
Yeah, the Punjabi food, right? So how have you been resisting this temptation of you not wanting more of the rich food with full of ghee, butter, lassi and all that? Because for you, it's been a long stretch, right? I mean, I think it's for the last 9 months now it's a different form of lockdown. Or is it that you're very strict on your diet? How is it like?
Oh my God. Honestly, I love all that stuff. I used to eat so much desi ghee and butter as a kid. And now, of course, I need to have a bear onto that stuff. And nowadays, yeah, it is what it is. But I try to eat right and stick with my diet as much as possible. Those temptations, I have to get over them.
Right. And that too, when you're in a place like Delhi, it's not that you're a Punjabi staying in somewhere else, right? You're in the hub of food, right? Yeah. True. So yeah, I mean, just starting off your journey, I mean, you did your schooling from Ryan International School, right? We all understand that international schools, of course, they have this flexibility wherein, they are quite flexible. And if they see that somebody has so-and-so talent in so-and-so discipline, be it sports or whatever it is, they really allow that to happen. But I'm sure they would have seen something with you quite early on. So what are those things that they really spotted on you, because ultimately they are also from a school management, right? So in terms of attendance and all that, they would have been quite flexible. So what are those things that really started off the entire journey, wherein so-and-so management people thought it, okay, Karman has this talent, so let us be flexible in terms of attendance and all, because that's a very big thing, especially in India, right? So where did it all start actually?
I feel very lucky and very thankful to the whole Ryan fraternity for their, endless encouragement and support. I don't think I would have accomplished whatever I have today without their belief in me. They have nourished me right from the beginning to embrace my ambition, and right from all the teachers, all the students and my friends. Whenever I was out in the competitions, I would come back, and obviously the attendance part, the attendance part was taken care by the school, but I was left behind for the homeworks and stuff. But I would try my best to keep it intact. Like even on the tournaments, I would carry my books and speak to the teachers or my friends to just help me out in that. So I think I was really lucky to have those people around me to for their support.
Yeah, sure. I mean, because you need the entire structure to be behind, right? Especially in a sport like tennis, wherein you have to be almost every week out, right? Yeah. So I mean, there are a few things that's very un-Indian of you in terms of the schedule. I mean, what I'm trying to say is that at a very young age, you started playing ITF instead of sticking to the junior circuit? Of course, I think you were very choosy about junior tournaments. You picked up the Grand Slams juniors, I guess, but parallelly you were more focused on the ITF professionals. I mean, women's ITF talked about. So was it a conscious effort on your part? Of course, you will not be the only one to decide on that, but your team would have decided, all together saying that, okay, this is how it should be. So how did you manage? Because it's a very unnatural thing, especially in a country like India, right? Wherein we see most of, I mean, of course now it has changed, kids sticking to the junior circuit for quite long. So how was the process like?
So it was not just a conscious effort of me or my decision. It was the guidance of the coaches, my coach Aditya Sachdeva, of my parents, that okay, she's so it's a process. I was doing well. I played all 4 slams. So playing all junior slams gave me a very good exposure. And I think it's an important part of the process.
Yes.
So I always look forward to be competing and leveling up. So I think moving into the women's circuit was altogether a new experience. I was up against players much older and much experienced than me. So every match I was absorbing something new. So that was the steps I was climbing up. And it was the decision of the whole team to guide me through that path.
True. So I mean, what kind of background do you come from? I mean, are your parents into sports? They were into sports, or did they understand the dynamic of sports? Because in a typical Indian family, it's often hard for parents to understand all the rigors that an athlete goes through, a professional athlete I'm talking about. So how was that about? Of course, I know your parents are very supportive of what you were doing, but early on, I'm sure it was a difficult decision. How was it like?
Putting me into tennis, it was just, they like to play tennis and I like to watch tennis a lot. I mean, they did not play, they like to watch tennis, and so did I. So, so just in the summer camps, they put me into this tennis camp for like 2 months, and the journey started from there. Obviously, they did not know much about tennis. At that point, our journey started together, and we kept learning on as we went through. So I think, so my parents, like, it was not like they knew something from beforehand. Okay, this is how it goes, and this is how, this is a good academy. We just kept going with the flow, like whatever was coming, and, trying to do the best, whatever we could have, and we can, and we did, I think, at that level.
Obviously.
Somewhere, I think the coaches also, they guided us quite in the right path. Okay, like when I was just 8 years old, the coaches like saw the potential and they said, okay, why don't you just give it a shot, So we went into the better academy and started getting a proper coaching. So that's how it started, and after that it was just match by match, day after day, learning new things. That was good for me and for my parents. So it's been quite a journey.
Yeah, obviously, and the journey is still going on. It's only getting stronger now. Stronger and longer it's going to be. So and then Mouratoglou Tennis Academy happened, MTA, right? And you went to France, and it's owned by none less than the current coach of Serena Williams. Not only that, he also coached players like Grigor Dimitrov and Stefanos and so many others, right? So what are the things that So what are the things that you learned in the MTA that you think you would not have learned otherwise? If you would not have been there.
So MTA, when I joined MTA, the most the biggest asset I had there is the prime asset I have there is that the facilities, everything is under one roof at one place. So everything is convenient for the communication between the coaches, trainers, and the physios, about how I'm doing every day, what are the improvements or the troubles of so they're keeping a track of every day what I am improving. I would say there it is more often and available at the same place. Like in India, coaching is somewhere else, my physio is somewhere else, my
True.
training
Yeah.
is somewhere else.
True.
So
Yes.
that's the advantage of the communication between, and we all being on the same page every single day. So the main thing is that the coaches always told me and gave me the advice to build the game around my strengths and keep on the strengths and making it stronger.
True.
On the other hand, keep on improving the weaknesses. So for this mindset always has given me a lot of confidence on both the sides, even in India or in France. So this has been good for me both the ways.
True. Yeah, I mean, obviously that helps, right? When the entire team is at one place, you don't want to go from one place to another, and especially in India, there is a problem, right? And traveling from one place to another is such a big pain in itself. Yeah. Yes. Talking about the game, you obviously have a big serve, big forehand. So did it come naturally to you? Of course. I mean, you worked on that, sure, I'm sure. But like Sania once said, of course, jokingly, when she said that 98% of about a forehand is being natural, that's of course she said in a different way. But having said that,
98%
is natural, she said. So so it comes very naturally to you. That's how, I mean, that's what she said. Of course, jokingly so. But having said that, you also have a very, you're a big serve and a big forehand. So did it come naturally to you did you start hitting the ball very hard right from your early age, or you developed over time? Is it a process that took some time, or you were always a big hitter right from the start?
I'd say there's a lot of hours.
Yeah, I'm sure that is. Yeah,
sure.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, even as a beginner, I think, I don't know, I enjoyed playing my forehand more, and at that time it was more of a forehand. The serve was not as built as it is now, because I was like tiny. So it was just like a normal serve.
Yeah, correct.
The main thing I would say, attitude and the instinct I have for my weapons, I think has been the key, that it seems so inborn.
True.
So in a way, it's inborn, but as I said, it's kind of instinct and the attitude I play with, that this is how my game style is and this is how I want to play the game. So I gained more and more confidence on my serve as I grew up, because I was getting free points from it, and it's one stroke where you have full control over. Like if I hit a good serve, I'm the one that's usually dominating the points. So that just be a kind of to improve it more. What if I hit it? If I hit good serves on an important point, then I might just end up getting one free point and getting off the pressure situation.
True. So a lot comes with the attitude also, right? I mean, when you go for a big serve, you obviously believe in that, because I've seen you going big even on the second serve often, right?
A lot more than your skill. I think a lot goes into using that skill and having
that mindset, right? Yeah. Correct. Just like Ram Kumar also does on the men's circuit. He goes big even on the second serve, Yeah, correct. Yeah. Yes. So, tennis, as you know, it's a very expensive sport. Only a few can afford to play. But you have been quite vocal about the financial support that you have been getting from Virat Kohli Foundation, also Mahesh Bhutti at some point of time. So does it really cover the entire cost, or because again, no matter how much you get, it seems like it's always less in tennis, right? You're still not going with your traveling coach, I guess.
I mean, yes, tennis, we all know, is an upscale sport. I have been fortunate to have a supporting team. VKF, who is taking care of part of the expenses. It doesn't really cover the entire cost. It's a lot, actually. It's not easy. There's a lot that goes into being a tennis player. Right from the coaches to trainers, physios, travel, to tournaments, and then if you're a nutrition, mental trainer, then if you're traveling with a physio or with a coach, then it's a lot, actually. So but having the support system, it definitely takes a bit off your shoulders when you have some kind of financial support, say.
True, true. Yeah, yeah. So now that, of course, you can't plan so much ahead. So how do you see this? I mean, is it that for you, and now tennis courts are opening? We are already hearing about tournaments happening in empty stadiums and all that. Anyway, so that's something that we don't know what's going to happen. So how do you take this entire journey now? Is it, I mean, you're not thinking too much ahead. Is it still a process for you? Or it's like, being in the moment, like you all tennis players think about, or how do you plan actually? Because it's so unplanned right now. You can't plan anything, right? I mean, whether it's going to happen in August, September,
Planning
October.
about now, or planning about like after everything, starts. Planning
So,
about now.
yeah, no, I
Sorry.
mean, yeah. So planning. So how is it you plan your entire training? For example, if it's going, you don't know too much about what's going to happen, right? When the tournaments are going to happen. Now you are also just coming out of injury. So how do you? I'm talking about the mental setup. So how do you? I mean, think the entire journey from here on, because that's how it is.
Yeah, I mean, definitely the traveling part. We never know when the things are gonna open up, and will be good to travel again as normal as how we were before. Don't know when the tournaments and where the tournaments and how they're gonna conduct it. We don't know all about that. So right now, because the training centers are open, so I would say just go with it in the moment. Like keep training, keep practicing, like you're preparing for the future, for the matches, obviously.
True,
And
true,
that's how I tend to go with it.
true. So basically, I mean, you're keeping yourself ready uh,
Yes,
for anything when it's going to
I
happen. Yeah,
love
that's something.
practicing
That's
too.
something not in your hand. Yeah, yeah. Correct. The only thing you can do is prepare for the when it's going to happen. Right? So, of course, you're still young, but I'm sure you have some plans. So, what is your long-term plan? Say, I mean, of course, playing in Grand Slams is one. So, what is your ultimate goal? I'm sure every player has a goal.
The end goal obviously is to win a few slams and to get an Olympic medal for the country. That is what I dream of, and that is what is the end goal for me, definitely. And
Sure, sure.
um, yes.
Sure. I mean, especially in a country like India, wherein we've got, of course, we have got very fine players, but tennis is a sport which is, we all know, is something
Yeah.
that doesn't come natural to us because of so many things, so many. So it's really I mean, it's really great to see you girls, playing, taking up a sport, which is at times so difficult, right? Traveling alone and all this stuff. Yeah, sure. So thank you so much, Karman. It really answered everything so nicely, so openly, and yes, we got to know about a journey. So we have got rapid fire round now. So are you ready?
I didn't comment.
I'm sure you're going to fire the rounding just like you have done. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So first thing that I want to ask you is that so wherein I mean, most of the time you're on tour, long tour, and all that. I'm sure parents are the first thing that you miss the most. But what is the
Mom is traveling with me, so I
sorry?
mom is really traveling with me, so I miss my dad and my brother.
Oh, really?
Right.
Oh, okay. Apart from family, so that was that's what I was coming to. Because I already assumed that you travel alone. Okay. So apart from family, so what is the biggest thing that you miss apart from family? Mom, dad, and brother, of course.
It would be shopping and movies with my girls.
Okay. Shopping you can do even wherever you're going, right? Okay. Maybe don't have time also, right? Yeah. No, but do you
Sorry, I didn't get
really?
it.
So shopping, do you shop around when you travel also? When you say when you go for tournaments? So in the evening, do you do? I mean, do you have some time for that? Obviously, don't play the entire evening.
No, not that. Only only the much I can afford. But yeah, after the match is done, if I finished early, like, and if
Yeah,
I have like evening off, and maybe the next day I have a match later on, why not just
yeah,
taking your mind off tennis? It's is good during a
yeah.
tournament, and you freshen up. So if there's
True.
something which you know freshens you up or
Hmm.
refreshes,
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah. No, very important, right? Switching off is so important, right? Because you just can't think about tennis every time, right? I mean, yeah, true. Yeah. So if not tennis, what? Then what?
Oh my God. I think a lot of things. But the ones on my list are interior designer, a fashion designer, or an artist.
Wow. So is the wall behind you? Are you part of that? The design behind it looks very beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's actually my whole room, the whole house is designed by the family, so it's in the genes.
Oh, okay. Oh, great. So the interior designer, if not a tennis player, right? Okay, great. Yeah. So maybe, of course, we shouldn't talk about retirement as of now, but maybe when you actually
Why
get out of tennis.
retirement?
No, not now. That's what I said. That's what I said. After retirement, it could be 10 years, 15 years, whatever. That's why I, played it very defensive when I said, oh, what do you say? After retirement. Obviously, we'll all have to retire at some point in time. Yeah. So,
no, but I'm saying for retirement.
Oh, okay. Now, but will you have time right now? You can't do.
Yeah.
Okay. No, but okay. So online instructions you can give to your people, yeah, stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Anyway, we are doing online only. Yeah. Correct. So, which is your favorite? Sorry.
You just have to give it an extra time.
Correct. Yeah. And anyway, we are on Zoom call, so everything is happening on Zoom only nowadays. So yeah, we are used to it.
Yeah.
And which is your favorite Grand Slam?
Wimbledon.
Okay. So obviously, it's nothing to do with the surface, because I guess hard court is your favorite surface, if I'm not mistaken.
Hard court, yeah, it is my favorite because I've played the most of my career on the hard courts. But definitely, I think my game suits grass also. So
is it okay?
Out Grand Slams, there's a total different aura to that slam, to that one.
True.
The tradition, and for all those years, I think hopefully it will continue.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah. Yes, we are anyway, waiting to see you in the Grand Slam, like you said. I'm sure you will make that happen. So, which is your favorite Punjabi food? You told us that you're a foodie. Yeah, I mean, you don't leave anything.
It's a very tough choice. This is the toughest choice. I would say sarso ka saag and makki roti.
Wow. Okay. So,
Punjabi.
Yeah. So, is it on the menu today?
No, it's like the winter.
Acha, okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Great. And obviously we all have distractions. So what are your distractions in life?
Netflix and certainly the desserts. I love chocolates and I have to refrain from them. That is one distraction. If I see a chocolate, at the shops where they have the glass coating, and I see chocolate cakes and all the desserts, I'll be like thinking for 5 minutes, can I have it? If it's possible, even 1% of it, I can have that thing. I will right ahead go for that.
And you actually go for that ultimately, or you refrain from that? You don't? Okay.
No. Yeah. I get pulled away.
Pulled away by whom? By your dad, or mom, or your coach?
By my other self. No, you're not going to eat that.
Okay. Very true. Okay, please don't give a politically correct answer to this, because there are, I know, different stakes involved there. Sachin or Virat?
Virat.
Okay. I mean, we do understand both are equally good.
I don't need to be politically correct in this.
Yeah, no, because of course we know how Virat has been, good to all those athletes. So maybe, yeah. Anyway. No, I mean, we both Sachin and Virat are, of course, equally good players. So one reason for you to choose Virat might be because when Sachin was at his peak, you were quite small, right? You hardly saw him, playing at his peak. That could be one of the reasons, right? Yeah. True.
And also because, like, he totally changed the dimension of the training and the, you know, the athleticism of the whole cricket team.
True.
Indian
Yes.
team.
Yeah.
That is.
Yeah. True. Yeah. So you're more of a daddy's girl, or a mommy's girl?
That is an impossible question to answer. Both.
Why is it because both of them are nearby or something like that?
No, there's nobody nearby, but it's both.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know it's a difficult one. Yeah. So of course, I mean, you can't love everything about about the training. So there might be a few things that you would not like. So what is the one thing that you do not like about the training? Any exercise, any form about your training?
About my training?
Yeah, say any form of exercise, any routine that you don't like.
I don't think I have a say in what exercises are important
Yeah,
to me. So I
I'm
just
sure you know.
And you know, at the same time, it's fun. But I think training and not being satisfied at the end, like leaving the court and not being satisfied. So I just keep going until, you know, I'm totally feeling good about it, feeling good about that. Okay, this is what I learned and this is what it went right. So totally satisfied, and then I leave the court. Otherwise, I'm keep on going. I keep on going.
Really? Okay. So that's a very interesting thing to say. So in that way, how many hours of training you do, you know, in a typical day when you are not on tour, say, right from your not only tennis, but your actual training, you know, because I'm sure it starts quite early, your including your physical conditioning, you know, all that stuff, tennis, the actual tennis on court, like that. How does your day pan out?
Yeah.
6.5. 6.5. 6.5 in Delhi weather, it's really commendable. I mean, yeah, true, yeah. So Olympics, of course, it's not on this year. Hopefully, it's going to be there next year. So how many medals do you think India winning?
How many medals?
Be it gold, silver, bronze, whatever.
Oh my God, I'm not giving the specifics.
No, that's overall. I said overall. I said be it gold, silver, bronze, yeah, whatever.
8.
8, huh? Okay, good, yeah. Sure. So if tomorrow, say, we make you the sports minister of India, so what is the first thing that you'll do as a sports minister?
Make sports a compulsory subject in school so we can catch them young.
True. Yeah, but I think now we have changed quite a bit because sports like Hello India and all that, you know, I think we have evolved as a sporting nation compared to earlier years, right? Yeah.
It's definitely getting there.
True. Yeah. So Karman, thank you so much. It was really great. I mean, you have been so chirpy. You have been so full of energy, you know, always. I mean, I just saw your smile throughout, you know, that's the way you are, I guess. So I'm sure you'll also keep on, you know, bringing more smiles to us, you know, in the form of Grand Slams. Like you said, that's your ultimate goal. Yes, of course. Seeing the Olympics, of course, you know, that's your ultimate, that's also one of your main goals. And not only that, keep on inspiring all the other young girls who I'm sure look up to you because you have taken such a bold decision of playing professional tennis. Forget about the other half. Taking a sport, I mean, tennis as a sport in itself is a big, bold decision. Not only that, but you're doing it well. That's also very important. But thank you so much, Karman. And yes, looking forward to you for more laurels to the country, not only for the country, but also to yourself. And hopefully, you know, we'll also meet up sometime soon near the tennis court, you know, when you actually start playing tennis, right? Yeah.
All right.
Thanks, Karman.
It was chatting with you.
Same here. Yeah. Thanks. Bye. Take care.
Okay.
Bye. Bye.